veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. And I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. I've been driving this train, years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. And I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capping space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. And I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capping space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. I've been driving this train, years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capping space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. And I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capping space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. I've been driving this train, years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la. And I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play.
Yes, good people, big up to all of you. Welcome to another edition of the Chelsea Daily Roundup Show. Revived or maybe resuscitated, whatever language you want to use. But more importantly, appreciate you all finding the time to join us this evening, where we take our time to discuss everything that's been talked about, that's out there in the news about Chelsea Football Club, our beloved club, of course. And today we'll talk about the possibility of Chelsea signing Elye Wahi. Whether we like him, you could call that revived interest, Chelsea's revived interest in Elye Wahi. We'll talk about Enzo Fernandez's situation, what his dad said, what his teammate Alexis McAllister, what he said. And we're not going to go back to blaming anybody. We just analyze what they said and make sense, try to make sense of it. He's apologized, and I'm going back to that, and I've moved on, and I hope everyone else can just move on. Given the fact that he's apologized publicly, he's also apologized to his teammates. I know it's not that simple, but I know it will fizzle out in a bit. And then we'll talk about Lukaku to Napoli. We wait to see if that happens. I'm quite sure a lot of Chelsea fans want that to happen as soon as possible because they want him, excuse me, out of the club. And we'll also talk about Palmer's potential new contract for Cole Palmer. We're hearing the club making a move to give him a better pay, which is important because he finished the season as one of our best players, if not one of our most important players. But more importantly, I appreciate you all finding the time to join the show this particular morning. And if you can do me a favor, a small favor, which is just to keep the topics aligned so we don't again, as much as I like to interact with you, switching between topics like this can be very tiring. So before we go back to the presentation window, I'm going to say hello to everyone in the chat. We have a few people. We have Gaetano, my Italian bro, that's speaking his mind. We have to move on. I'm quite sure we've all made mistakes. None of us are perfect. The most important thing is that he's apologized. And Kim So is in the house. Kim So, you know what that command means. And Kim So says here quickly, Coach, I'm not trying to be negative. I'm not saying you're trying to be negative. And more importantly, you are entitled to your opinion. But won't these drama affect us in a negative way? We didn't need this negative attention on us, considering we are in a rebuild. I would say no. I would say, if anything, we will take the enemy by surprise because of their belief will be that we have a crisis. I don't think we have crisis. I think that problem is actually easy to solve. How? Enzo Fernandez would have to stay away from the dressing room for a month or so. I get it. He's apologized to his teammates and things that will allow time for things to die down properly. So his presence will be much of an issue whenever he comes back. If anything, I don't see that impacting our season in a negative way. If our season go down south, then it would be definitely because we didn't do things right as you and leading to things going south. But I think, yeah, it's a serious issue, irrespective of how you see it, whether your perception is that people are making it to be what it isn't. It's still a huge issue. Whether your belief is that, yeah, it was wrong, still a huge issue, irrespective of how you see it. But I think it will not affect our season in any way. And we have Macafe, marvelous, saying staying up late. Okay, thank you, but thanks for joining us. If this is your first time here, enjoy yourself, feel at home, express yourself. All we ask of you just to keep it civil. But more importantly, thank you for joining us. Not gonna happen. Not just because of the fact that it should be decided to start him today. We will not recoup anything close to how much we paid for him. It's not that simple, really. He's not going anywhere. I think we'll move on from him. In my opinion, if he was like in his early 30s or late 30s, then I'd say, yeah, he should have known better. But this is a kid, probably. You can say a kid that hasn't had much of an exposure outside of his home country. Where to them, you could argue that sort of banter or chant is more of a culture, given given what I've heard from a lot of people. But we want to move on from that. The most important thing I'm going to go back to is that he's apologized. If you're defending him, saying he hasn't done anything wrong, you have to go see his public apology statement, and read the second paragraph. He's admitted he's done wrong, and that's where, for me, he's done it. I'm moving on. For me, apology accepted, in my opinion, from my perspective. 1 a.m. in Europe. Sorry to hear that, bro. We will be looking for time. As you've seen in the community post or on X, we will be experimenting with time to see when we can get a lot of people to be part of the conversation. Blue Morning Show remains, but we need one more host to keep things going properly. And Ty is in the house. Hi, nice to see you. Konnichiwa. Gracias. I don't know. But nice to see you. More importantly, Ty, I hope you're doing well. Enzo Maresca has lost the dressing room before. No, that's not the case. Hello to you too, JC. Nice to see you, brother. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show this particular evening for me. 2 a.m. in Eastern Europe, Kim. So he needs to make I think he will. I think he will just calm down. And excuse me. Rich Money Makers. Rich Money Makers is in the house. Rich, nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show this particular evening. I'm used to saying morning because of the Blue Morning Show. Cool. Let's see, anything else to address here. Quickly, I want to appeal to those of you who are watching. And for one reason or the other, you're not able to participate in the chat, just know that we appreciate you. And that's because you watching alone does go a long way. So thank you. But we want to ask you for one favor, one tiny bitty favor, which is to take a second and drop a like on the stream for us. The likes do go a long way. No meeting at 2 a.m. I know. I just wanted to trigger a command. Maybe I need to make an adjustment to the command to respond based on the time. And Rich Moneymakers, nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you once again. All right, what else do we have here? 0:18 a.m. UK. Okay. And this is, better run. Better run. Today was your pre-university graduation. Congratulations, Ty, once again. We appreciate you. And if you're in the chat, if you have anybody that's celebrating their birthday, marriage ceremony, or any sort of a ceremony, and it's today, please do let us know so we can celebrate with you. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Ty, you know what command to trigger so people can go check out your YouTube channel. I see JC giving me you can say ideas for time related or maybe time driven commands. But that's, by the way, we're gonna go start addressing the news items we have lined up, and as the show progresses, if anything new emerges, we'll talk about them, and we will also take our time to scour through my friend Vincent's Twitter feed to see if he has anything new that we want to talk about. But sit back, relax, and let's continue with the show. Okay. Big up to you too, Rich Money Makers. We appreciate you. Hey, Rich. It's 2 a.m. And people go and check out and subscribe to Ty's YouTube channel. Let's help him get to 5,000 subscribers as soon as possible. He deserves as many subscribers as he can get. So the first news item, let's get into addressing the new news items. The first one talks about, to me, that's important. That is some good news. You don't want a situation where you don't tie him down, and other clubs will recognize that, yeah, Kopama will probably listen to them should they try to get him to join them, because we're not paying him well. So I think we're doing the right thing. Let's see what else we have. Hey, keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. Coach reminds me of Kagwa from the Wire. Oh my goodness, just go away. I have nothing against what you mentioned there, but please leave me alone. I was to host the show in peace. So the first item we have lined up here reads, that's Vince quoting Matlaw. He reads, Chelsea will reward Cole Palmer for his superb form and are confident the England international will be at the club for the next 10 years. Foreseeable future also works. He signed a 7-year contract with the option of a further 12th month worth around £80,000 per week when he joined City. When he joined City and when he joined from City. Okay, when he joined City. Okay. Chelsea are mindful of this and will reward Palmer with incremental wage rises to better reflect his importance and performances, although the expectation is these will remain private. I agree, and I like the new Chelsea FC. You could call it a salary construct, contract construct, whatever you want to call it. That's because you don't get to sit on the bench and be getting a stable check every week. The new salary construct, you earn what you work for, and not like before when we'd have players sit on the bench, be sipping on a Courvoisier, or name the most expensive drink that can come to mind, and yeah. And the direct deposit comes in a stable amount, irrespective of whether he's playing or not. But Cole Palmer, I'm happy that we're trying to tie him down. He finished the season as one of our best players, as our best player actually, and one of the best in the Premier League, and you can say globally also one of the best. I think the pay increase is good for the squad to see, so they can work harder. Yep. And I'm gonna go back to saying something I said also is this, which is you earn what you work for. Chelsea is no longer a place that you come and it be as if you're on vacation. No, you earn what you work for, and I like that. Yeah, so keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go along. We sincerely do appreciate you all finding the time to join the show this particular morning. We'll move to the next item we have lined up. If you have anything to say about the a possibility of Cole Palmer getting a pay raise, speak about it or forever hold your peace. Now I'm sounding like a pastor, right? I'm drinking a remedy for my voice. So we are 23 minutes into the show, and we have just 13 likes. We can do a lot better than just 13 likes. Please, if you haven't, take a second to drop a like on the stream, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And we have a total of 42 people watching, but only how many on YouTube? Let me look at it quickly. But only 18 on YouTube. The rest on X. If you're following the show on X, please kindly do us a favor by liking the video on X, and also following an our X account. And I haven't forgotten, I owe the community a giveaway, and we haven't done the monthly giveaway for students for 2 months right now. I think we'll do it together, or maybe a month. One was again the promise for the birth of my daughter, but you see what happens when you do everything yourself. I forget easily. It's a very funny video. You'd like it. I will watch it, but it's easy. I don't want to discuss anything that we get anybody offended. We like to be inclusive here. Yes, people, keep dropping likes on the stream. 13 likes, and we have 22 people following the show on YouTube. We can do much better. So let's move on to the next item we have lined up. congratulations to Copama in advance. His worth or whatever pay increase he ends up getting. Let's talk about this. We don't need a midfielder. We don't need, no matter how good you are, we don't need a midfielder. If anything, I'd say we need a winger and a number nine. Make irrespective of the profile of the number nine, but we don't need any other midfielder. We're jam packed in the midfield area. We still have Andreas Santos, we have Romelu Lavia, and we have Leslie Guchuku. He hasn't gone out on loan. We still have Moises Caicedo. We still have Enzo Fernandez. We still have Keenan Drisbury Hall. Conor Gallagher isn't gone yet. That's seven. I think we're loaded in the midfield area. We still have the young Italian in Cesare Casade. So I'm not sure why. I think this is probably absolute nonsense. It's silly season, and during this period, you could argue you could argue that agents they sponsor this sort of report to maybe get the attention of clubs to see if the clubs would want to sign their clients. But that's, by the way, let's read that report. And Vince, my friend here and bro, he did also put out, you can say, a post where he talks about how this must not be true, given the fact that we're packed and we have we have numbers in that area. Plus he's how old is he right now? 28. I don't think so, except for signing him for the sake of ensuring that we have more experience to do better than we did last season. That may well be the case, but honestly, Kuchila doesn't know. So that report reads, Chelsea have made inquiries for Fulham's Andres Pereira. He is Chelsea's preferred choice if Conor Gallagher's departure is confirmed. Just the second part of this particular report just doesn't make sense. I think Driscoll Hall, for me, will be again. We have him already he's a Chelsea player, so I don't think we need a replacement for Gallagher. And you can argue or talk about energy, aggression, pace. We have that in Renato Viega, who's also an excellent passer of the ball, reads the game very well. I get it; he's still very young. Maybe the reason being is that we need more experienced player, but I don't think this makes sense. So the third paragraph of this particular report reads: the London club are willing to pay between 30 to 35 million pounds for the 28-year-old Brazilian. Okay, let's hear your thoughts on the possibility or whether you'd like to see Chelsea sign Andres Pereira. Andres Pereira is a top talent. He easily walks into Gallagher's position. Is he as industrious as Gallagher? I don't know. Maybe better technically. I don't know. I honestly, I get it. He plays for Fulham, but I don't know him well enough to argue how they, you can say how they are alike and how they differ. For me, it's a no. But that's just my opinion anyway. And I think this is absolute nonsense. And by the way, what source is global? I don't know. So let's see what else we have here. Chelsea wouldn't pay that for anyone or over 25. Yeah. And if Constantine Dante was here, he'd tell you the same thing. We don't go for players over 25. Let's see. Pereira, keep Gallagher instead. Oh my goodness, that's hilarious, really. Mm. It doesn't taste good, but it's good for my voice anyway. So I'm gonna. And Gungbechin, I got him. Nice to see you, my bro. I hope you're doing well, Dialogue, and thank you for finding the time to join us. Hell no, he's a mid player. Okay. He's a mid player here, says here, and Gungbe is saying that no, we don't need his average. Wow, a lot of people mid player, and but Shanks thinks that he gets into the Chelsea team. Globo is a sauce, yeah. I don't know. I don't know them. I have to be honest. I don't know them or he or the person. I don't know the gender of the person. I don't know. But yeah, again, this sounds as to me it comes across to me as something the agent of the player would sponsor to see if clubs will be interested in signing his client as he looks to play for a bigger club. Maybe Chelsea, they think. So keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. And I did see a subsequent um, report suggesting that Enzo Maresca wants him. I don't believe that. Let's see what people are saying. I think we should be doing that. Let's see what people are saying about this particular report. And CFC Optasium says whatever, man. And my friend here, Solomon, do say says we don't need them. Anything new here again? And if I chico here saying God forbid, I reject these typical Nigerians. The Nigerians make X or Twitter, they make it fun. And Stretch is saying it's not happening because Conor isn't leaving, at least not this season. Even if Conor Gallagher is leaving, if we're looking for a like replacement, Pereira isn't that guy. And the common legend is saying, give me 1 second here. Is saying, you're saying that's too much. We don't need them. And JP Style laughs and said, we have players in our squad who are better than him. Gold is saying only believed it when there's an actual beat. Maybe he's saying he wants to play, but he will only believe that, well, we want to sign him if we make an actual beat. And Mr. Obama here is saying he's not even better than Gallagher. And another Nigerian there is saying, waiting the D's. So enough of the comment section. Let's see. I don't think we need them, irrespective of whether he's better than Gallagher or not. I don't think we need them. And sorry, I didn't know I wasn't showing my screen so that you could see the reports from people in the comment section. And Shafordinho is saying, big up to you too, Shafordinho. I do hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show this particular evening. So we'll move on to the next item we have lined up here. Yep. Okay. Victor Oshimhen. What is he saying? Give me 1 second here. Well, we'll always read comments here. Pereira, go away. Yes, Pereira, he should go away, please. I don't want him near my club. Get me Wahi. I think we're probably, it's sounding as if we're serious about signing Elye Wahi. And remember, I think we've been linked with him, actually. And at one point, we established contact with his club and his camp, but it didn't happen at the time. That was according to he's not good enough. Okay, thank you for that, Ty. So this one here from Vince also, my friend, says that Chelsea like. Yep, we've always known that's the case. Chelsea like Victor Osimhen, but since the beginning of the summer window, Chelsea are not going to spend 10 to 11 million euros net salary. So the transfer fee isn't the issue. The main problem for Chelsea is his salary demand. I think you could just go ahead and say Osimhen to Chelsea isn't happening, and I hope it doesn't happen because I don't see him succeeding under Enzo Maresca. And I'm going to say why. That's not me saying certainly if we sign him, Enzo Maresca will not adjust his approach to accommodate Osimhen so that he does well. Yes, then I'm going to break it down. First of all, he's played all his life, irrespective of whether he's good on the ball or good at technically. He's played all his life as a traditional number 9. And if it comes to Chelsea under Enzo Maresca, where he tends again almost always plays with a fluid front of 3, actually 5 players in attack, actually, where the situation will no longer be Osimhen again, us where we will not be channeling all our goal scoring opportunities through Osimhen, which in turn will lead to Osimhen scoring not as many goals as he scored at Napoli. In turn, will lead to Chelsea fans turning against him because after paying that much money for him, they don't care. They don't pay attention to how the manager approaches the game. They don't pay attention to the fact that we operate with a fluid approach, leading to us not channeling all our goal scoring chances through our number 9. They will turn against them, and that's an issue. I would rather him go. If we had Mourinho as our manager, I'd say bring him. And I'm here in the PSG interested. I still would tell you that for me, in my opinion, he's not. Osimhen isn't Lucho or Luis Enriquez a type of number 9, in my opinion. And we've heard this 1,000 times from Fabrizio Romano that that a PSG will only come for Osimhen should one of their strikers leave. And they have multiple, they have about three, I think maybe three, at least three hybrid number 9s, which are, for me, in my opinion, more suitable to the way Lucho likes to approach the game than Osimhen. But there's a situation here. Napoli are looking, will only look to sign Lukaku, who's also again who's given his green light to Napoli and his former boss or manager in Antonio Conte the green light. But that will only happen if if Osimhen leaves Napoli. So now I don't know whether Chelsea, the salary, even if you think, yeah, maybe that will lead to Chelsea saying, okay, we're going to sign Osimhen so you can sign Lukaku. The truth remains, Chelsea's biggest issue, as you can see, given the report on the screen here, is Osimhen's salary demands, 10 to 11 million euros. And the kid, and Osimhen will almost always do what's good for his future, and not because he idolizes Didier Drogba, because he's been a Chelsea player since his childhood days. It just doesn't make sense. And Courtney is saying, Victor, when happened, FFP and PS are moving mad these days. Thank you for understanding. A lot of people it hasn't occurred to a lot of people that beyond the FFP there's also PSR. PSR actually for FFP or is it UEFA can actually be a bit more what's the language I'm looking for, lenient in terms of punishment, but for PSR, point deduction, that's a huge issue. Get Barilla instead. Do I think Barilla comes to Chelsea? I like him, I love him, but if we're going to be spending for an experienced midfielder, let's go for Barilla. And Victor going to PSG, get Tone. Let's see. I fear Osimhen will flop at Chelsea. Yep. Honestly, I do. And if he joined, yeah, let's see. And we have my bro, Shirinat Govindarajan. Nice to see you. So I hope you're doing well, brother. Just a perspective coach. Yeah, the best. Waiting for more of your stream. I think it will be happening. We'll be doing the Blue Morning Show and the evening daily roundup show. But man needs help. Man is not a machine. But more importantly, my bro, nice to see you. I hope you're doing well, and I appreciate you finding the time to join the show this particular evening. Let's move on to the next item we have lined up here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. Sincerely, do appreciate you all finding the time to join. 1 second here. I want to take care of something quickly. And surely now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add you to the panelist group. I wanted to do something here. 1 second. Please, people, please. 1 second. All right, let's see. We have this. It's not working. All right, let's go. Let's keep going. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. And the next item, and we are 38 minutes into the show. This one here talks about Estevao Willian. Estevao, the first report here reads 4 hours ago, Estevao suffered a sprains in his left ankle and knee against Botafogo, and has already started physiotherapy treatment. Palmeiras are optimistic about a quick recovery. The club's professionals understood that the injuries are not serious. More importantly, I need not to expand that actually. And then a subsequent report from Vince also reads that Palmeiras did not disclose Estevao's recovery time, but the young star is expected to return before the decisive Copa Libertadores, and the Copa do Brazil games. So it's not that serious. But I'm happy that it's nothing serious. Again, Estevao is a true blue. He ruptured his knees before joining. No more validation needed. I think I agree with you. He's Chelsea through and through. His proper Chelsea. I think it's become a sign that when a player when like you say, sometimes when we are on the verge of completing the signing of a player, or after we complete the signing of a player, if they get injured, be rest assured that that particular player is proper Charles. Yeah. But I appreciate I appreciate you. That's a good one right there. Let's see what to see. Javier, keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. And still waiting for the outgoings, which hasn't picked up, unlike last season. Um, I don't know why that is the case. And I think it was Nemanja Fawole who's talked about that a lot of times. He's messaged me, he's commented even on non-related videos talking about how we haven't sold any of the players that we heard that the club was going to sell. So, but the case may well be, it's not like we haven't gotten offers. We have gotten offers. The case may well be the players not wanting to join the clubs that are interested, or us not being careful not to show not to behave in a way that will come across to the potential buyers as desperation. And if that happens, we're not going to get this a sizable fees from the sale of the players. That may well be the case, but the transfer window hasn't ended yet. There's still time, and I don't fear that again the window will close without us selling at least a few players. Who are we going to end up selling? I honestly do not know. Or maybe the club aren't in a hurry. Maybe the club isn't in a hurry to sell players so that the manager can take his time to look at them. The case of Gallagher, I think, comes down to the asking price. We already know that. Trevor Chalobah doesn't want to leave. He wants to stay and fight for his place. We still have Amanda Broya, Marlon Side. There are all the names. And here Shanks is saying, is Oshimhen asking for those high wages, or this is Napoli negotiations? No, I think we already know probably that he can. That's what he wants. We know well. That's why we're saying we're not willing to pay that amount. Probably we've been educated on how much he's asking as his salary. If Chelsea cannot afford those wages, why are they bothering? Yeah, I think Chelsea didn't tell us anything. These are tweeted journals and all can meet the media telling us those things. And Maya, the rapper, is in the house. Maya, nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join. And Maya saying I'm not happy with what Chelsea is doing in the market. A lot of people aren't happy. That's just the truth. A lot of people aren't happy, but be patient. I think will be nice. We will be fine, so to speak. We'll still sign one or two. We'll still make one or two more signings. I'm not too concerned, really. 1 second here. Anything else? Nothing new. All right, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. And here he's saying, why are we going for a Manchester United reject? Can you be more specific? Who exactly? Who exactly? Maya the rapper, I'm waiting. Who exactly are you referencing when you say that? But we have 49 people watching, 20 of those 18 of those on YouTube, the rest on the X. I appreciate you all. I keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Anything new there? I'm going to go back to the presentation window. Let's see. Euro is good signing for Manchester United. Yeah, he's a good signing. We were interested, but I don't think it would have made any sort of sense for us to pay that much money for him, as good as I believe he is. But at the time, when I first learned that we're actually interested in signing Lenny Euro, it was funny because the the reports we read at the time did say something to the effect of the Chelsea are looking to sign an 18-year-old Lenny Euro to replace Thiago Silva. No, listen, paying that much money for an 18-year-old, there's no guarantee he succeeds in the Premier League, especially given the fact that he's a defender. Chances are he does well. But I wouldn't have liked it if we paid that much money for him. And Kim's saying I'm jealous of United's transfer window. Honestly, I'm not. I think we've made some good signing. The most important signing being Keenan Drewsbury Hall. not a bad signing in my opinion. And Renato Viega is an excellent signing. As much as I get it, a lot of people don't know him, but you need to do your research and find out how good he can become for us. A Euro statement, a signing for may well be a statement signing for Manchester United, but we'll see. Um, uh, uh, you're seriously jealous, really. They're about to sign Uate. I don't want Uate. If Uate didn't do well in France, how do you think he'd do well in the Premier League? Yeah, and he's a defensive, you could say a DM, yeah, more of at most CM. How do you think he'd do well in the Premier League if he didn't do well in France? And especially if you're playing possession based football and the master of possession football itself in Luis Enrique complaining that Uate doesn't know how to progress, can hardly progresses the ball. So I think we dodged a bullet there. But I get it. We made some. We didn't make a lot of. We haven't made. You can say too many. Not maybe not any. No hype. We haven't made any high profile signings. That's why we're concerned. Don't be concerned. Remember, I told you this. This is not me just being optimistic. No, I'm being factual here. I think we've made some excellent signings in Renato Vega, in Keenan Drewsbury Hall, in Tosin Adarabi. That's another excellent signing. Let me count this out. We have Romeo Lavia. He's a new signing. We have what's his name? Christopher Nkunku. He's a new signing, in my opinion. I think we're all right. We are actually all right. And these are players that the last three players that I mentioned, had they been available for selection last season, chances are we'd finish in the top four. We have again Wesley Fofana. Irrespective of what you think of him, he's an excellent player. We're just gonna hope that they all stay fit. I'm not jealous of their signings, really. I'm not jealous. They signed Euro. We signed Aaron, the Argentinian kid, who's also equally good. So I'm not concerned. So let's see what happens there. And Terry Diamond is saying, "Hi, Coach. Hope you are doing well. I can't complain." Bologna were trying to spark a bidding war between Arsenal and Chelsea for Cafiori, but it backfired because Chelsea backed out and opted for Viega. And for me, I like Viega. I'm not gonna just sit there and say Viega is the better of the two players. But you could argue before we signed Viega, Cafiori had a better PR, better publicity because he was at the Euros and he did well. But for me, Renato Viega is an excellent signing. You need to go check his numbers and his passing range and everything. Aggression from him, tackles. I think you'd respect that signing. United is going for experienced players. Okay, so that's the difference. But Euro isn't experienced. He's just 18. I don't think he's played up to 60 games actually in total. Delete Uate Euro. Delete, in my opinion. Let's see what happens. He couldn't even play at Bayern. Let's see what happens. Yeah. I'm not saying he's not good, but I just told you but let's see what happens anyway. He's going to become a Manchester United player, but once the season starts, let's see how well he does. They still have Ten Hag, Rashford. They are not going anywhere. Okay, that's another way to see it. Dewsbury Hall is a good signing. The rest, coach, I don't know. Maybe Vega can give us something. Believe me, pay attention to Vega. I'm going to say specifically these three signings, they are excellent signings for us. So you see, Tosin Adarabi or an excellent signing. And if you present him and Euro, I'd take him. I know a lot of people probably because Madrid wanted Lenny Euro, they take him over Tosin. Tosin is experienced. Dewsbury Hall is experienced. Renato Viega, as young as he is, his experience. I'm not regretting anything, but you have every right to do so. Let's see what does we have here. Coach is trying to compensate by naming unknown and injured players. That's not the case. But my bro, more importantly, my bro Vic is in the house. I appreciate you finding the time to join us. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 23 likes, but we can do a lot better than that. Big up Vic, nice to see you. EPL tough. We don't need quantity signings. We just need a quality. We need to win on the pitch, not the transfer window. Yeah, that's an excellent comment right there. That is an excellent comment. And yeah, and I think we've done lot of good scouting work and we've signed some good players. Anything else? Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes that do go a long way. I don't expect much from Maresca. Good. And if he surprises you, you enjoy it. And here's the thing: it's an excellent mindset to have going into the season. Don't expect too much from him. If he does well, fine. And the truth remains that the hiring could go either way. It could go south. It could go north. Either way, for me, my opinion is it's again, anything can happen. But I'm confident he would do well, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. And Jerry, nice to see you. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show this particular morning. You know what to do with the comment. Anything else here? Uwate didn't perform in the Farmers League. You think he can manage the toughest league in the world? That's my argument. And even to the extent that Luis Enrique had to complain openly and publicly his inability to progress the ball well. Anything else? Let's say Tari Diamond is saying we don't have good squad. Our boys only need a focus on belief in their abilities. We're definitely going to do it. I'm hoping we can, and I think we can. Wayne Stanley giving us mid players, bro. It's getting annoying if that's how you see it. I think this is something a lot of Chelsea fans have been calling for a while. For us to do our homework, scout players, and not spend the billions in signing them. I think we have signed some gems, and I can't wait for us to get to 2025 to have Kendrick Pies and Estevao Willian join us. I think we good, honestly. You just need some patience. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes that do go along with 23 likes, and we are 51 minutes into the show. We can do a lot better. So let's switch to the next item we have lined up here. I will come back to this window in a bit. Give me 1 second here. So we'll move on. I hope he gets better. So this here talks about breaking news that Chelsea have inquired about signing Elye Wahi and want to know the price. Elye Wahi, at one point, I think it was Fabrizio Romano. I don't know how long ago reported that we established contact with his club and his camp. So if you know Elye Wahi very well, is he a player you'd like Chelsea to sign? Or do you think we should definitely push to sign Nico Williams rather than Elye Wahi? Wahi, I think his versatility is probably most likely the reason Chelsea are looking to sign him. Wahi can operate as a number 9, or of course a hybrid number 9. Wahi can also play on the right hand side. He can also play on the left hand side. That's left wing, right wing. I think he's an excellent player, very skillful. But let's hear your opinion on Chelsea's interest on Elye Wahi. Okay, let's having a good conversation there. Wahi is good, coach. And Kimso, remind me, was it in 2021 or 2022 that we were close to signing him? Actually, I don't remember what happened. Or wait, or was he the one? Was it Wahi or someone else that we were close to signing, but he realized we were going to send him on loan and decided to go to another club? Was it? No, I don't. I think I'm mixing things up here. But Wahi is a good player, and I hope we sign him. Okay, Wahi is a better choice if Nico doesn't come. Yeah. And it looks like we're serious about signing him, and this is not the first time. I think we've been scouting him for a while now. Anything else? Didn't he reject us? I don't think he rejected us. I think something happened that led to him not coming to us. Yeah, Nico wants Barcelona, right? But can Barcelona afford him, irrespective of how close Nico Williams is to Lamine Yamal and all some of the Barcelona players that's been mentioned that he's friends with. If they can't pay his salary, he's not going there. I don't know how they'd sell the project to him. Yeah, he likes the project. I don't know how they'd convince him to join them when he knows he can be earning at twice as much as what they'd be paying him in the Premier League, or if he joins some other club like PSG that I've heard are also interested, or maybe Arsenal that I know quite well pays better than Barcelona right now. So yeah, you're right. Barca wants him. Even if he wants Barca, he's not gonna go play for them for free because he wants them. If you get my point. So we have how many people watching in total? 57 people watching, and 24 of those on YouTube. The rest on X. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes will go a long way. And Terry Diamond saying he rejected us once. I'd rather keep Gui Jackson and Nkunku as an option. Gui is a different profile, and I think we need him. He's more of a traditional number 9, but he's technically good hold up play and all that. I don't know. I think we can keep Gui and still sign Elye Wahi. Yeah, not Gui actually. Guy, Mark Guy. He says his name is Mark Guy. Okay, Mark Guy for me. We need him. He's a player of different profile. He's different from Nicholas Jackson. He was different from Christopher Nkunku. He's different from who one more person I'm looking for. All the players we have that are capable of fulfilling the number 9 role. Mark Guy is again more of a traditional number 9, but can do a lot more than be a traditional number 9. So we needed to mix things up. And Wahi for me, it's more like a Jackson and Nkunku, and not Mark Gee. Let's see. Elye Wahi, he says, never heard of him. Another unknown player to you. You don't know all the players out there. You need to go research them. Nico, what happened? Possibly. Big up to you, Kish. Shoot! Nice to see you, Kish, and I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. Let's see what else we have. Hey, keep dropping the likes on the stream. We don't need these who you need to research, and maybe you don't know him. Elye Wahi is a good player. If we go for Wahi, then Jackson is the first choice. No. Wahi, again, they can rotate, and in a fluid approach, I wouldn't mind seeing either Nkunku on the flanks, or Nkunku centrally as the number 9, or Jackson on the flanks, left flank, or centrally as the number 9, or Wahi. So we can mix them up. You can't play a single player throughout the season and not burn them out, if that makes sense. And this here says, I feel like Chelsea is trying to sign a second choice striker for Jackson. I don't think so. We've been playing a lot of games. Wahi for me more of a winger than he is a number 9. But we're looking for players that are capable of playing across all 3 positions in the front 3 in a 4-3-3 structure, of course. So let's see what else we have here. Anything, let's keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes that do go along with the board. The board haven't addressed the striker issue. I cannot live through it. Everything comes down to what the manager wants. It's up to the manager. I think you're looking until you're waiting for Chelsea to sign a player like Gyökeres, Victor Oshimhen before you agree with the number 9 issue. If we sign while he counts as a number 9, it doesn't have to be all powerful, pacey, and all that. So for me, maybe let's see what happens. In my opinion, Lenny Euro, what is signed in Man United? We have Badiashile. Badiashile is an excellent player, in my opinion. They're not of the same profile. Badiashile struggled after he returned from injury, but beyond that, you know how good he can be. Yeah, and you know that. So keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go along. We appreciate you all finding the time to join this particular morning. And Jerry Z has shared the link to his YouTube channel. Go and subscribe. Let's help him grow. Jerry, thank you for triggering the comment yourself. And I have my bro in the house, the captain of the house in Constantine. Big up, Constantine. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show this particular morning. I hope you're doing well. I don't know if I've created a command for Maya. If I haven't done that, I'll try to do that, because Maya is my bro. He needs to have a command. Maresca is magic, you know. Here's Jerry pretending as if he likes Maresca. Euro is still young. I doubt he will click in his first season, and we don't know whether he succeeds or not. I get it. He's a talent. Even Real Madrid at some point was like, nah, we're not paying that much money. And United paid, is it 60 million pounds plus, or how much? I don't know. But they paid a lot. They offered a lot, to an extent that Euro, whose priority was to join Manchester United, decided to join the Real Madrid, decided to join United. So they probably offered him more salary, and also offered his club more money, and he accepted it. He's been linked with a loan mover to Espanyol. Don't know what our scouts are playing at. Broya, Dacho Fafana are still here. I think those guys will still go. As I've explained, maybe we just don't want to do anything that will come across to potential buyers that were desperate. And if that happens, we're going to be in serious trouble. Anything else? Victor Adedoyin is saying, again, a big up to you too. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. And hi, Constantine Duntu. Thank you for all your support, Captain. Big up to you. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. Can Renato play as a striker? No, but he can play as a left centre back. He can play as left back. He can play as an inverted left full back. He can play as a CM, as a DM. He's that good, and he has excellent passing range. Let's see what else we have here. Okay, Rich Moneymakers, welcome back. So let's move on to the next item we have lined up here. And as I've told you guys, we are experimenting with the timing of the daily round of show. And then the Blue Morning Show is not going anywhere, but we need help to balance things out. Hopefully, find somebody who's going to be hosting the Blue Morning Show. And this particular report from Vince reads that Saudi Pro League club Al Ittihad has they have cooled their interest in Chelsea goalkeeper Kepa Arrizabalaga. It gets. I think we are. It looks like we're stuck with him. I don't know when his contract expired. I don't think he has much left on his contract. And this player, in most cases, I think he probably would prefer to leave as a free agent. That way, he'd get a lot of money. He'd get a lot of money as payoff. Again, and then a sign-on fee, so to speak, a sign-on bonus from whatever club he gets to join. So let me check a Kepa Chelsea contract. I don't think he has a lot left on his current contract now. So it's a huge risk for the club. And I don't want him to ever get a chance to wear the Chelsea jersey because he abandoned us when we needed him the most. Okay, Chelsea, one report here saying that we actually did turn down an effort, a bid from Al Ittihad for goalkeeper Kepa Arrizabalaga, but I want to see his contract when his contract expires. Anybody there? If you're in the chat and if you know when his contract expires, can you please help me? I want to know. Okay, he has 1 year left. Somebody in the chat has said that. So it's a huge risk for us. I'm not sure how the club are going to deal with that. Let's see. Coach Thanos just got Savio to compliment Doku. That's the fifth. I love that one. That's the fifth Infinite Stone. Oh my goodness! Indeed, the fifth Infinite Stone. That's hilarious. Just give me 1 second here. I need to deal with something immediately. Oh my gosh, I like that joke really. I love that movie actually. Oh my goodness. Just give me 1 second here. All right, people, keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the show this particular morning. We were here talking about Elye Wahi and Kepa Arrizabalaga. I'm not sure what we're going to do with them. I'm truly not sure what we're going to do with him, but I like this joke. It is a serious good joke right there. Oh my gosh. And Chalma, the queen of the house, is in. Chalma Dalo, nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you. Kepa has 1 year left, so it's a huge risk for us. I'm not sure what we're going to do with them, in all honesty. Anything else to address here? And Tomida Rakami is in the house. Nice to see you, Temi. I hope you're doing well. Kepa is still dreaming Madrid, a second choice goalkeeper. But whatever he wants to do, I just want him out. I just don't want us to lose him on the free. I want us to get some money from his sale. 1 year left, and we want him gone as soon as possible, according to my contacts. We want him gone, but he may well decide to, thank you for that, Jerry. Maresca is sending Gu on loan. Is he really? No, I don't think it's happening. Matt Gee, not Gui. Coach. Chama, good evening to you too. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you. Coach, this program now falls on midnight for me. I hope this doesn't continue this way. Both will exist, but we need help. Yeah, I can't do it alone. We need help to make the Blue Morning Show and the Daily Roundup Show exist. I suppose Eric Ten Hag needs the Avengers. Here's the reason for the yeah, for the buy-in. Yep. Anything else? Yeah, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the show this particular evening. Give me 1 second here. Let me do something here. Yes, people, let's go. Let's go. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. All right, we have a total of 65 people watching, 26 on YouTube, the rest on the X. I appreciate you all. One sec. Give me 1 second here. I have a screen issue here. Bobby, I've sent it to you. Did he go through? I'm not sure what's going on here. I think he went through because you and I we shared a lot of messages. Bobby, check your account. I think I've shared it with you. I don't know what's going on. We have I gotta get back to talking about this. I'm not sure what's going on here. I'm gonna send it one more time. Okay, there you go. You should have it. Let me go back here. We were here. We talked about Elye Wahi. We're talking about Kepa Arrizabalaga, a pain in the neck. For me, I hope he leaves my club. It's as simple as that. Kepa situation isn't that simple. Bring up the feed. Shanks, there you go. Do you have the feed right now? All right, keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. We've talked about Kepa Arrizabalaga. He's dreaming of becoming Real Madrid's number 2 man. I hope that happens for him. So we move on, and this guy is saying Kepa, that is the wife that refuses to sign the divorce paper to enable to enable the proceedings. You could put it that way. Kepa, he's not doing it for again. He just maybe you could argue maybe he wants to live out in my opinion, because he will make a lot of money if that happens. Hopefully, again, I just want him gone. I just want him gone. It's become a problem. He's shown that he has no respect for the club the way he left us. He left us when we wanted him the most. When again he joined us, and I get it. We signed Sanchez from Brighton, but Sanchez at the time wasn't ready to start. And once it was Bayern actually that first came for Kepa, boom, he left us. To me, I just want him gone. Let's hear Bobby. Bobby, big up to you. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show this particular morning. I'm not going to share the link to the panel in the public group, and if anybody can, and I have this is an evening show. I don't want it to last that long, so I'm not going to accommodate a lot of people. Yeah, Bobby, big up to you, and thank you for finding the time to join me on the panel. I hope you're doing well.
Yeah, big up, coach. Can you hear me?
Yeah, crystal clear. Crystal clear. Here are the
Okay.
things we've talked about. And Dante, thank you for joining. Here are the things we've talked about here. We talked about Chelsea. Maybe we need to talk about Chelsea will reward. This one that reads that Chelsea. Let me just go back here so that you can see it on the screen. 1 second here. I need to add you and Dante. This particular report here talks about Chelsea will reward Cole Palmer for his superb form, and are confident the England international will be at the club for the next 10 years. Let me just switch to the last paragraph, because the second paragraph is definitely, in my opinion, missing a word out there. It says that Chelsea are mindful of this. Okay, the second paragraph reads, he signed a 7-year contract with the option of a further 12 months, what around £80,000 per week when he joined City. So I'm guessing when he joined from City, maybe that's probably that. Chelsea are mindful of this and will reward Palmer with incremental wage rises to better reflect his importance and performances. Although the expectation is these will remain private. Good news. I don't know if you have anything to say with regards to that. Otherwise, I'm gonna again bring up the next item we've already talked about, Bobby.
Yeah, it explains itself. You know, a lot of it is confidential. It's still on the performance-related trajectory, and
Mhm.
clearly he will have an increment which he has agreed with the club. I don't think there's much else to really add to that.
Yeah. How about you, Danta Kopama? Anything else, or should we move to the next item that we've already discussed?
Yeah, hi, Coach. Bobby, big
Yeah,
up.
big
Everyone in
up,
the
big
chat
up,
as
Dante,
well.
big
Yeah,
up.
we
I
can move
don't
on from
like
that
you. I
one.
just had to let you on for the sake of it.
You had to, yeah. Had to force yourself.
Yeah, nothing on that. Okay, I'm
Nothing on
guessing.
that. No, we can move on that one.
Yeah. And you've heard this news that we're interested in signing Andres Pereira. Do you believe it? I think it's absolute husdong.
No, definitely not believe that. No, I don't think we're
Okay.
going for a 28-year-old.
Yeah. Bobby, you want to talk about that, or you think we should move on to the next item we've already talked about?
Now let's move on.
Okay. The next item we have here talks about Victor Osimhen. I don't see that happening since the salary is still an issue. I don't see him deciding to take you can say accept a lower salary just because they love Chelsea, or maybe because he idolizes Didier Drogba, or maybe because Mikel is you could say preaching to him to join Chelsea like we've seen. I don't see that happening. But I don't know. Anybody else want to talk about that? I think we're not going to sign him.
Go
All
ahead,
right.
Bobby.
And Maya is saying that, yeah, put Palmer on a high weight so that Madrid don't flex. I don't think the owners will let him go. I think they understand his importance and his value. So just give me the likes, viewers of Victor Adedoyin. Yes, people keep dropping the likes on the stream. 35 likes, and we are how many minutes into the show? We are 1 hour, 11 minutes into the show. 65 people watching, but only 23 of those on YouTube. Please, they mustn't go for Perella. I don't believe that. The source itself is absolute hot dog. Please rearrange your interface. The panelists are obstructing our view. Okay, let me see. Maybe do something like this. Maybe that will work. Okay. Okay, maybe that works. Let's see what else we have here. Thank you for not signing out. Actually, I don't want us to sign Osimhen, and I've explained why, but that is my opinion. Anything else here? Constantine Dante, and we need whatever you talk about them not joining you. Here it talks about Primaris that Estevao Willian he got injured. I think even Pies got injured too. Proper Charles, a knock maybe. Okay, here's the one here. Dante, I know you know Elye Wahi. Rumors are that we've made inquiries. Um, let me read that. Breaking news: Chelsea have inquired about signing Elye Wahi and want to know the price. We've been linked with a move for him, and at one point we discussed signing him, but something happened. I don't remember. Was it under the new ownership that he realized that the plan was to send him out on loan after we signed him, and then he moved to. I can't quite remember
Yep.
what happened, but that
Exactly.
is he a player you would want to see at Chelsea?
Not necessarily. I think we have players like him already. He's not bad. Yeah, we were linked with him, and he then signed for Lons because we were going to put him on loan at Strasburg a year and then bring him
Aha,
in. But
yeah.
he decided to go. Yeah, he decided to sign for Lons instead and play because they needed a striker because they sold their striker, so they needed a replacement. So he went there. So yeah, I don't think. Well, first of all, I don't know why Lons would sell him because they don't have a striker. He's their striker. Second of all, he just signed a big contract there 6 months ago, whenever it was. So I don't see him. I think we're just asking if, but I don't see him being very cheap. He's going to have like a 5-year contract, and we already have his type of striker, in my opinion. We have Nkunku, we have
But
Jackson.
he can play as a winger.
He can, but if can you see his legs there as well? Do you see his running style and the letter? Do you know a letter that you can associate that leg with? See his two legs, the way they are. Think of we have
Mhm.
a player similar to him in defense. Come on, coach.
To Wahi.
Yes, his legs. His legs. Look at his legs.
I'm not
Remember the
saying that.
KK leg?
I'm not
We
saying
have
that.
KK
I didn't
Fofana.
say. I am not saying that. Just leave me alone.
So he's got the legs like that, and yeah, he's got the
I
KK
am
legs,
not doing
unfortunately.
that.
But he's yeah, he's we don't need him. He's not fast. He's not that fast. He's very deceptive, but he's not fast. He's more. That's why he plays down the middle more. He's more of a nine, like a false nine, can play nine. He's not good in the air at all. So he's not
Hmm.
your traditional striker. He's just like Nkunku, like Jackson. So I really don't think we need him, to be honest.
Okay, I'm gonna go to Bobby in a bit. Oh, Dante, yeah, I am fine. Okay, just saying hello. Last year, we wanted to sign him. He refused because he wanted to sign him out on loan. He had a horrible season in League One. 1 second here, just 1 second. Go ahead and talk about Wahi if you want.
H place, yeah, H place. Go ahead, Bobby.
Right, let's see what else we have here. He had a horrible
Nope.
last season in League One. No wonder there weren't a lot of talks about him in the media. Why he's all right. I say he's Keyshawn. Anything else here? Big up to you too. He is at Fofana's level. He also have again, if you know, yeah. Okay. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go along. We appreciate you all. Each place. Yep. Yeah. Maya understands. And he's probably
Big up,
part
Maya.
of it. Coach, I believe 100% given the way these owners think that we are getting Omar Dion, watch this space. Okay, I don't think we need Amara Dion right now, in my opinion. I don't know what they see in him, but if they pay that much money for anything close to 17 million pounds for him, the scout must have done their homework and decided, yeah, it's worth it. But I'm not sure. I watched the space, like you said. Bobby, you want to add to about Elye Wahi before we move on to the next topic? Or should we just switch the topics? All right. It doesn't look like we're able to hear Bobby, so we'll move on to the next item we have lined up here. And Kepa Balaga, we've talked about him. Am I missing something here? Okay, this one here. I don't know. I have moved on, and that's because his Enzo Fernandez himself, he's apologized. We saw we've seen two, maybe I need to find that one. A comment from McAllister. Uh, where am I going to see that? This is from Enzo's dad. Did I miss one here? So I'm going to try to find another one there. Give me 1 second here. Let me switch this window first. No, there's something here. Um, I'm looking for something here. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go to VIX. I don't know, Bobby. Let's start with you. In my opinion, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say I've moved on. I didn't wait for it. It happened, and for me, I've taken my time to read it, and I feel like it is you could say a heartfelt apology from Enzo Fernandez, given what has happened. I don't even want to mention it. In my opinion, I honestly do not want to mention it because I think it's unnecessary, really. He's apologized more importantly. And the second paragraph of his public apology clearly states that he recognized, he made a mistake and he apologized for it. No excuses for what he's done. He said, practically saying, please forgive me. For me, apologies accepted. I've moved on. My issue would have been if he doubled down and started saying there's nothing wrong with it. But he has agreed. The second paragraph of his apology or public apology clearly shows that he agrees. He agrees that he made a mistake. He agrees that what he did wasn't right. So let's just move on. And that's what I'm advising people to do. No need to dwell on that issue, irrespective of your perception of it. The question I'm asking, those that are defending him, saying that he hadn't done anything wrong, I'd advise you to go read the second paragraph of his apology, because you are lying to yourself if after reading his public apology statement and you're still saying he hadn't done anything wrong. um I'm not sure I'm going to trust you again if you're that person doing the same thing. But that's by the way, Kim Son, you're saying we should have signed Zeki. Is that how you pronounce his name? Man United have signed him. Who is this Wahi guy? You need to go research him. I think he's a good player. Wouldn't be a bad signing, but Dante has explained why he thinks we shouldn't go for him. That we already have players of similar profile. Nice to see you once again, Terry Diamond. I appreciate you. What is very touchy? I don't know really. Please move on. I am tired of Enzo. Wow, he's trash on the pitch, he says, but that's not the point. The point is that we just need to move on. Enzo and Fofana were both wrong. Yep, Fofana didn't help matters, but that's not to say we should blame him for doing what he did. They're all kids, by the way, irrespective of what you make of the situation. I moved on already. Yeah, it's as simple as that. More importantly for me, is that he's apologized. Anything else? Keep dropping the likes. Understand people. The likes do go a long way. I understand if you don't want to mention it, Coach. So much I said about it already. Yeah. Honestly, I don't want to. To me, I want to move on because he's apologized. Why talk about it again? And for me, I don't want to even talk about how he was wrong. I'm not saying he was wrong. I'm just gonna say he shouldn't have again made the public post on the matter, and it had his teammate in it also. For me, I would have said, okay, to me, it's nothing. Had he done that without reposting the video again, I would have just talked about, yeah, racism in 2024, and people will understand. That way, you just play. You can say, be cautious for me. I'm not saying he's wrong. I have no right to say he's wrong. He was pained given the situation and had every right to react the way he did. And the question, truthfully, shouldn't be on the reaction given what has happened. The question should still remain what happened, irrespective of how you see it. So, but I'm just talking about his response and his reaction given that a lot of people are talking about. And he got some abuse for that, which I say is wrong. Just 1 second. Are you attending any preseason games? No, unfortunately, in 19 days, I'll be traveling again for something important to Africa, and none is close by. And something has happened. I'm not going to say it in public, but I'm not going to say it now. That's right. Just like Griezmann, Dembele, and Benzema. In their case, it happened, and I don't want to turn this into whataboutism. I made a video. I and Matt J. Blige made a video and talked about how bad what Dembele and Griezmann did at the time. And some people reported it that Google banned it. Why? I don't know. I just got tired of it and stopped. And ask Matt about that video, he will tell you about it. So here's the thing. When that happened, it was handled. The Asian people weren't happy. Black people weren't happy. Any sensible person at the time wasn't happy. I wasn't happy that I made a video about it. And I really talk about how racism is not just against black people. It can be against Asians, it can be against white people, but mainly, yeah, history has shown that it's mainly against black people. At the time, Barcelona, they covered it up. They didn't want the world to know about it. I don't know how they were able to get those involved in the incident to keep quiet until the Barcelona had to let it come out when they wanted to reduce their wage bill and Griezmann was refusing to leave. They made it public. They apologized, Griezmann apologized, and we moved on. But right now, I don't think it makes sense because of what has happened. People will say, what about Griezmann? Yeah, it has happened, and it, at the time, was dealt with. And it's in the past. And I'm not saying, and at the time, a lot of Chelsea fans, I in particular was one of the content creators that saying, please don't bring Griezmann to my club. He's racist. And Ousmane Dembele too, I was saying, don't bring him to my club. He's racist. Yeah, I'm not going to wait until it happens to a black man before I get concerned. You get my point. So we get to that in a bit. So it's not going to, I don't want it to be whataboutism. What is bad is bad. But more important than what I'm preaching is that Enzo has apologized. We move on. We move on, in my opinion. And he clearly, to me, that's a heartfelt apology, in my opinion. So, Bobby, let's hear you. Or again, he's apologized. When you say it's time to move on, and I'm telling people that are still saying you don't see anything wrong in it, well, the person in question, and I waited, and I refused to call him a racist even till now, and I can explain why. Do I think what he did was right? Was right? No. But I realize again, this is a kid. And had he been in his late 30s or late 20s, I say, yeah, uh, definitely hold him responsible. He should know better. But you could say this kid hasn't have again. He hasn't had so much experience outside of his country, Argentina, and because Argentina has a history, those that understand the history we're quick to call him whatever they called him at the time. So my point is, again, forget everything that has happened. The kid has said, I'm sorry. It wasn't right. I shouldn't have done that, but I'm sorry. Forget about what the Argentine vice president said. The Argentina vice president doesn't play for Chelsea, or what their president have said, or firing their sports minister or whoever for saying that Messi should apologize. They don't play for Chelsea. I care about the kid that plays for Chelsea who said, "I'm sorry," and we've heard that he's privately apologized to his teammates. We have to move on. I think for me, Chelsea fans were the ones that you could say we started fighting each other, throwing punches, blocking people left and right. Some were calling for people on X to cancel some Chelsea accounts. We can't even have an open conversation about something we believe is bad or something we believe is right, depending on who you ask. But Bobby, let's hear you. Isn't it time to move on? I get it. The club will still do their thing in terms of punishing Enzo and educating him. And also, again, this is an opportunity for all the players at the club to learn more about diversity, learn how to be more sensitive to our differences, and to learn that the fact that something is right in your country doesn't mean it's acceptable globally. But Bobby, let's hear you if you're there. Do we still have Bobby here?
No,
All right,
Bobby's
Dante,
not there.
let's hear you your opinion on the matter. It looks like Bobby is gone.
Yeah, coach. Look, well, yeah, a bit of an issue, obviously. Unfortunately, you can't be right, you can't be wrong. It's a sensitive subject, so some people feel like it is, some people feel like it isn't, some people are in the middle. So really, look, to be honest, in my opinion is yes, he made a mistake. Of course, he made a mistake doing that. He did not know he was making a mistake. I spoke a few days ago, and this when he came out. There is some context behind this that a lot of people know about this. So this first all started back. Actually, the French national team started this back.
In 2022 World Cup, right? Or what year?
Yeah, they started chanting a song exactly similar, a song about the Argentinians. Okay, and then they did another song after that about Messi. So they actually started this off, and it's been going. There's been throwing like little jabs at each other, back and forth, here and there, a little bit here and then. Wesley Fofana was part of that team when they sang that circle, so that's why he might be involved there against when they sang about Messi. So first of all, the French team started this, and then recently, when Mbappe came out and said that Argentina, any South American team, but especially Argentina, would not do well in the Euros currently. They're not good enough. They would never win the Euros or be competitive in it. So Mbappe decided to have a jab, a big one on media in front of the whole world at Argentina, saying they're not good enough. So what's happened? Obviously, Argentina won again, and they did this song back in retribution back to them. It's been going on a while. The French national team started at first singing, and then Argentina has copied it now just to send a message back to Mbappe and the French national team. So there's a bit of context behind there. A lot of people don't know that at all that happened in the past.
But the
So anyway,
context doesn't. Here's the thing, Dante, just quickly. The
yeah,
context you've mentioned, it's important. That was why I told
it is,
people in the
yeah,
group that I don't want to jump to conclusions. I want to educate myself because context, and intent matters. And
correct,
sometimes intent uh, doesn't have to be intentional in most cases
correct.
from you, but the person an outsider will see and say, yeah, this justifies intent. But go ahead. Again, irrespective of the context, I think what they sang, if you paid attention, to the lyrics in the chant. It doesn't matter whether they sang the song in its entirety. The fact that the video was cut off at the point where he was told to cut it off, at the point where they started singing the part that's really offensive,
Yep.
I don't think it matters. But
No,
if you
it
get my
doesn't.
point, context
It
is
doesn't matter too
important,
much,
but
but
it doesn't justify what was done. To me, I've moved on. But go ahead with what you were saying.
yeah, look, I've moved on. I'm over it already, but I just want to put that context out so people do know there's a bit of history behind that. It didn't just happen out of just happened and they did it, and it's they've been jabbing at each other, having goes at each other for quite a while,
Mm,
and it all started back with the French national team singing a song and then singing another song, also a racist song, but it didn't really come out as racist because they were all most of them, as you know, are African background. So people didn't see it as much as, but it worked for me, but that's not an issue. Anyway, yeah, what he did was wrong. He cut. There is a little bit more context to that little. So they sang it. So they sang it in the Spanish language. Now, my background is Romanian. Our language is Latin, so I know a little bit. I can understand a bit. And just to throw a bit of context in there, that a lot of people, the translation, that translation is accurate for that is not accurate. The
mm,
way they sang that song, the way they sang and said those things, it's not in a bad way. It's in a very, very light-hearted, joking way. You know what I mean? If they wanted to be
But
like full on racist, like really,
let's establish this quickly.
yes,
Sometimes there are things the world have changed so much. There are things you
correct.
think is okay, given your culture, that's not acceptable elsewhere.
Oh no, no, no. I'm not saying that. No, I'm not saying the
Okay.
culture is. I'm just saying the way they said it. It wasn't in an offensive, like hateful, like the speech, the words, the way they actually pronounced it and said it. It was in a very light-hearted, joking way. It wasn't like in an offensive way. I can tell. I know when it's in an offensive way. If you understand what I'm
Mm,
trying to say. So
mhm.
there's a bit of context there, the way it was said and how it was translated as well. It wasn't accurate exactly how it was translated, but it's close, but it's not exact. The way they translated it makes it look really, really racist. But if you add a few more little words to it, it's in a very light-hearted, joking manner. Do you understand?
Yeah, I get where you're coming from.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
here's the thing, I don't like the comments from the Argentine vice president. And here's how crazy this is. Do you know that Africans started fighting themselves? Started questioning why don't those players play for their, you can say, where the
Disconnected, I think.
play for their motherland or whatever language they're using. And the question I asked them, here's the thing: where you live is where you call your home. Most especially if you're born in France, you have every right to decide to represent France. That doesn't mean you don't love where your parents are from.
Of course, yeah.
So if that's the case, which means Olise should be able to play for Tunisia, Nigeria, and France. He should maybe cut himself into three and play for those three countries.
He's got the
You get
choice.
if going by that logic. So it actually led to Africans fighting themselves. These
Correct.
people
Yeah, I saw
grow
that.
up there.
Yep.
That's where they live. That's where they call home. I get it. Their parents are of African descent, but does that mean they have to represent Africa? And I've lived in Nigeria myself. I've seen Nigerians complain that once it's time for competition, the managers invite all foreign-based players while we have a lot of good players at home. You see that? You damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. If you
You
don't
can't. I
invite the
mean,
foreign best players, they say we have good players. Why are you doing with the locals? You get the point now. If you
I get
invite
it. I
all
understand. Yeah.
again foreign based players, they'll start complaining. Then if you go with the local players, they'll say we have these players. Then why not invite them? You see now. So I think people are just you can say I've learned a lot about a lot of people, and I'm thankful that I can be open minded even when you can say people push me to accent where to the extent where I'd say something that will make them regret saying what they say. I'm able to like control myself and just ask
Yeah.
them questions and try to have a conversation with them. I think we are making it what you can say what it shouldn't be. I'm not saying it was good. I think we're blowing it out of proportion. Some Chelsea fans are attacking Wesley Fofana. We have no right to judge his reaction to what happened. Would I have done it differently if I was If I was him, I'd do it differently. I wouldn't include the video. I'd talk about racism without mentioning my teammate. But that's me. And I have to tell people you have no right to question how he reacted to something that hurt his feelings. But go ahead. Sorry if I cut you off. Apologies for that.
Yeah, coach. No, it's okay. Look, this would have probably gone over pretty quickly if Fofana did not do that straight away without actually maybe keeping it private. And then some of those other players unfollowing Enzo as well. Now that made something very an incident into something much bigger, unfortunately. And unfortunately, those players should have been a bit more, just wait for him to come back to apologize, to talk about it. Don't just jump on media and start saying things, and don't start unfollowing, because everyone else can see that, and that blew it up completely. If they just
Yeah,
waited a day,
in his thing, it has happened. It has happened, and I don't think it will affect our season in any way or our preparations for the coming season in any way. I think the club will handle it. I think probably chances are the players and those involved will move on quicker than the fans would do. I sense that will be the case.
yeah.
But go ahead.
Look, hopefully that happens. There'll obviously be a little bit there. Depends how he apologizes, of course. As in privately, I'm talking about privately.
Yeah, I'll come back to you in a bit. Dante. It looks
Wise.
like your connection is low. You live
Yeah,
in a
coach, my
developed
connection.
country,
Sorry.
and your connection is just showing one bar. You're not ashamed of yourself. I'm going to shame you publicly because you do that to me.
Your
All
system
right.
demands too much. You're too hungry. Your system wants
Jerry
too
is
much,
saying
coach.
if the system.
Yes, your system wants too much memory, too much the
Yeah, I
connection. It
think
wants so
maybe
much
we should
bandwidth.
again. We'll be mixing it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jerry is saying that if we sincerely apologize, we should work to repair our relationship. Misunderstanding can happen and things can be taken out of context. But what occurred was wrong. Let's learn from it and move on. I think that would be the case. There's a saying in my place that once two friends fight, they learn to respect each other. I think they will become friends again.
Yeah,
He
that's
will
tough. It
explain.
depends, coach. It depends. The problem is
Mhm,
not all humans are the same, and not everyone thinks the same, and they don't
mhm.
react the same. Some will keep that at heart and will never go away. Some will get over it. It's unfortunate, but that's how the way human nature is, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. Let's see here. It's media, bro. Media nowadays will make things negative for the dollar. And in this case, the media in question, us, the Chelsea fans. Us, the Chelsea fans. Even tabloids and whatever you call them, like Express.co.uk, they didn't start talking about it until the civil war on X started. Yeah, between Chelsea fans. I think it was the day after that you
Yep.
start seeing the news on again on the news UK outlets and other outlets that talked about it. Let's see, endurance again. Can endurance? Wow, privately the offense was public, so why not the response? Yeah, that's another question. That's why I say we don't have we don't have the right to question Fofana's reaction. I'm just happy it was just him. But I say if I were for Fana, I'd do it differently. But that's me. We all don't think alike. Because it's the media, I agree. But in this case, we are the media. My bro, I like how you've broken down Guy's name there, a graphic user interface with a U. I like that. Nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. Let's see. Fafana got existing beef against Enzo. That's why he reacted badly. That's some suspicions right there. West Ham in talks to bring back Kante to the Premier League for 20 million. I don't see that happening. I don't see Kante coming to another London club. He's making a lot of money in Saudi Arabia. I don't see him abandoning that. I don't believe that for 1 second. But let's move on from the Enzo talk quickly. I want us to come back to these in a bit before that West Ham are in talks to bring back Kante to the Premier League. I don't see that happening. I'm not defending Enzo and Fofana. They were both wrong. Again, some would tell you that Enzo wasn't wrong. Some would tell you that Fofana wasn't wrong. But we do things differently. Did you see them trying to use Hazard to boost New Jersey, and it worked? and it worked. And that jersey actually for me, it isn't that bad in my opinion. I think it's the poor presentation. The leaks, it was presented badly in the leaks, and right now it's looking even better. They've maybe changed the photo shoot angles and made it come. You can say look better, but I think it will grow on people, in my opinion. Says Fofana needs to focus his energy to keep fit and not be on social media. Yep, there's too much going on behind the scenes. And I'm not too concerned. I don't. I think we'll start the season well. I don't think whatever that has happened will affect our season that much. As for me, honestly, I'm not even thinking Enzo, not Fofana, and whatnot. All I can make of this whole situation is that the media and humans are happening, and it's so sad. Indeed, it is. But in this case, the media in question, us, the Chelsea fans, we blew it to the extent that it it is right now. But that's by the way. Let's see anything else to talk about here before I scroll to the very bottom. This is a very sensitive topic. Honestly, Enzo should know better. I think I'm gonna say this. That's why I like to look at situations objectively. This kid hasn't had a lot of experience outside of his home country, Argentina. From Argentina to Portugal to the UK, Yeah, he's learned the hard way. And I'm going to use a very example, a very, it's a maybe poor example, but I think it will make sense. How cultural differences can be an issue in most cases. And I'm not condoning whatever he did, but again, not in any way. Um, in Nigeria, if you hear somebody say that a girl is homely, it means that that girl is a very good girl. But here in the United States, if you say a girl is homely, you're insulting the girl in question. I don't know if that makes sense. So, and to Enzo's defense, he doesn't, again, he hasn't had so much experience outside of his home country, Argentina. From Argentina to Portugal and to Chelsea. So I think this will teach a lot of Argentine players, again, a huge lesson. Even the more experienced ones, the up and coming ones, I think, forget about what their vice president is saying. I think it's a huge mistake that could lead to FIFA saying, okay, since you feel that way, you know what, you're banned. I don't think this has ended. This has excellent. It has escalated beyond, you can say, Chelsea's reach right now. Chelsea will take their action, and even the English FA might come into it, might still investigate it, and a lot more players will get into trouble, like McAllister if he was in the vehicle, Garnacho if he was in the vehicle that was carrying them at the time. So the truth remains, this hasn't ended. And had the Argentina president and vice president not done anything, given what they've done, one saying, "Don't teach us how to blah blah blah," once I don't know what, one firing one of their sports, I don't know whether sports minister or so. I don't think FIFA would have, considered intervening, but now FIFA are investigating the situation. So, but for Chelsea, I think our problem ends with with Enzo, and I think we'll sort it out. Yeah, it's a very sensitive topic. Honestly, Enzo should know better, and I told you, and to his defense, he does probably ignorance. Plus, this isn't an Enzo issue. It has now become an Argentine issue. Yeah, we're dealing with our own issue, and I think Enzo probably will. Maybe I'm hearing something to the effect of that he will be stay away from the dressing room for about a month, which is a good strategy. Pardon me why I catch up. I need us to move on from this topic, honestly, and I don't want to talk about it again, except if anything new emerges. The guy say, "Hey, why are you all now blaming the Paul?" I don't know. The Paul doesn't play for Chelsea. Do I like what he said? No. I've read it and I think it's wrong. Here's the thing. I heard somebody on X say, "Yeah, this is it's only an issue outside of Argentina." And I said to him, "Yeah, that's the problem. The fact that it's acceptable in your country doesn't mean it's acceptable globally." It's really as simple as that. So if it is your culture, you shouldn't impose your culture and people who that aspect of your culture isn't acceptable to. It's common sense. It's common sense. It's as simple as that. But due to ignorance, people don't know. People only know to behave. They behave in their homeland, and also feels like they're entitled to behave that way in a foreign land. Or maybe if you walk in a foreign land, it doesn't matter whether you behave like that in your country. When you come to where you work, they let you know, we don't do this. McAllister's comment also, he's trying to educate us that it is acceptable in Argentina. I think it's wrong. I think he's made a comment that will lead to, should the FA decide that Enzo will face some measure of punishment, he's going to face a punishment too, especially if he wasn't the vehicle that was carrying them when they sang the song in question. And I'm going to go back to saying, people that were saying, but they didn't sing the part that was, I say it doesn't matter as long as you started singing it. The intent matters. Context matters if you're paying attention. So anything else? Humans with media as their tool just love blowing things out of proportion. A lot can happen within the euphoria of such an exciting moment, and nobody is immune to that. No, I agree, but that doesn't mean when it happens that the appropriate authorities shouldn't address it. Otherwise, it get worse. I think Enzo will be fine. Chelsea are not going to sell him. Some people think, yeah, that's it. I said, no. Players have done worse, in my opinion. Enzo recorded what was already happening in the bus, but he's the one scapegoating. And here's the thing, and he's the one that posted it on his Instagram. So let's forget about. But what about the other people? If the other people are going to get into trouble, they will eventually get into trouble. So don't worry about it. But Chelsea has to tackle the situation or address the situation from the club's own perspective, and they already know, and they're happy he's apologized, and I'm happy he's apologized, and I've moved on. But of course, this is Chelsea perspective. I don't own the channel. It is for us. We're here to discuss the situation. So, but I really want us to move on. People are scapegoating. I wouldn't call it scapegoating, really. If Enzo faces punishment from the FA, then or multiple players that play in the again in the Premier League, I don't know how many of them. Garnacho was in the vehicle. McAllister was in the vehicle. If they were in the vehicle, it doesn't matter whether they were singing it or not. If Enzo gets punished, chances are they get punished too. And if FIFA finds out that this is that what happened wasn't good, and given the comment from the Argentina's vice president, I think they're going to get into trouble. Maybe face a ban or two. I don't know, but let's see. The real context is that the French made a song regarding Messi's height. It's thin. Even if that not isn't racist, that's not okay too. Am I saying that his thing, that's not okay? But that's not to say that the Argentines should respond with something even worse. Yeah. Again, I'm going to move on from that. Anything else here? Let's see. At least we now know. It's this is serious, Chelma. This will be sorted. Let's hope. Again, it doesn't affect the dressing room. I don't think it will. If the club sense that would be the case, Enzo will stay away for a while from the dressing room. But be rest assured, they're not going to sell him. He stays. Enzo himself came out and said the song was wrong. Why are people trying to defend him? Nobody here is defending him. And that was why I told people, if you're trying to defend him, go read the second paragraph of his apology, public apology. So it just doesn't make sense if you're out there saying, yeah, what he did wasn't anything anyway. What was he has to, or you're out there saying, yeah, he hasn't done anything wrong. You're fooling yourself. Even his dad admits that was wrong, but his dad had an issue with Fofana going public with it and all that. This club is just too much drama. Yeah, it's Chelsea Football Club. Information supreme again, shifting responsibility. I guess is trying to blame Wesley Fofana for his response. I don't think so. If you listened, again, he's saying that again maybe that led to the whole thing escalating. Do I think that's the case? No. Would I have done it differently if it was me? Yeah, definitely. What did I say, Choma? What did I say? To suggest that the person born in France is not French, that's not okay. I know, we already know that. Again, that's how I see it. Again, there are no apologies for hate. I think there are people that can. There are all the bad things people do and get forgiven for it, in my opinion, because he knew what he was doing with that live stream. Okay, if that's how you perceive it, that's fine. I'm
Coach,
going to scroll
sorry.
to the very bottom. What I wanted
Yeah,
us
coach.
to talk about uh, was
Can I just say one thing
the.
quickly?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Keep some people there, and obviously Bobby's saying that it's hate. That it was all hate, hate, hate. It is not hate. From the way I understood it and perceived it, the way they were speaking in the Latin, it's not hate. It was just that they were joking, and it was a bad joke. It was just a bad joke. There was no hate there at all. In my opinion, there's no hate there at all. It's a joke. And yes, it's a bad joke, unfortunately, and it hurts some people because it's a bad joke. But there's no hate there. The way they were saying it, the way it's not in a hateful, really disgusting, vulgar manner. It was in a very light-hearted, joking manner, and that is not hate. They just, like Coach was saying, they are quite young. Everybody in the bus was singing it, and it is protocol for every single player to be in the bus from the team. There's only one player who had an exception, and that was Messi, because he lives in Miami, so he didn't take it. But that's breaking protocol as well. But that's a different issue. But every single player sang it. But it was not hate. Everyone keeps saying, "Oh, he hates him." There's no hate. There was no hate behind it at all. Not the way they were saying it, not the way they were singing it. It was very lighthearted, and it was a very bad joke, in my opinion. But I did not see any hate behind it. And people going out there and saying that, oh, that it's all the hate so much. No, it's not hate, in my opinion. It's not even close to hate. I would have told you that straight away if I heard them the way they were saying it. It's in a hateful manner.
Yeah, and I'm going to say this again. This has caused a lot of stir, a lot of issues within the Chelsea fan base. Division, to be more specific. Some, again, defending him. Some saying what he's done is wrong. Some saying they want him out of the club. Some saying, I'm with you. Never going to leave your side. You didn't do anything wrong. Some say about the Argentines that aren't wrong. Yeah, if the song ends with just, the Africans where they represent in France, they have French nationality in the passport, they should be playing for Africa. I wouldn't say, to me, I wouldn't see anything wrong in that if it was me. But I think the song went beyond that. There are other stuff that the song talks about. But I don't want to get into that. We're moving from that. Chimera, thank you for that, which has a comment here which reads that the conclusion drawn from this should be all Argentina players owe an apology. The fact that they haven't all come out to apologize confirms the allegations. Let's move from this to Kepa needs attention. We've talked about Kepa already, the Saudi Arabia club, their interest in Kepa Arrizabalaga has cooled down, whatever that means. GFC Gavin is in the house. GFC Gavin, nice to see you. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show this particular evening. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much. I can thank you enough. Big up to you too. And then the item we have lined up here says L'Equipe is reporting that Brian Barry Murphy is in the frame for Strasbourg's new head coach. The report states that Strasbourg are targeting an English technician, young trainer, and aligned with Blue Coat's global policy. Brain is a free agent after leaving City's under-21 coach. Wow. Okay, and I'm sure Dante Bobby looks like he's not available to speak. Maybe he slept up because it's late for him. Brian, Brain, so to speak. I'm sure you've heard that Chelsea, what's his name, the former Arsenal man, he left Strasbourg mutual consent with Blue Coat. So now they want to hire this guy. I don't know if you have anything to add to that. I thought he was going to be there in the coming season. Turns out no. All right, people, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I appreciate you. Oh, Dante, have you heard about I wouldn't call it dismissal, that
My connection, sorry.
Vieira
Can
has
you hear me now?
left Strasbourg, yeah. And they're trying that this guy is in the frame, Mr. Brain. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think they saw an opportunity there for this guy. They really were after this guy, and they saw a bit of an opportunity there. Vieira was talking to some other clubs from Maresca as well, looking to go a bit higher up, wanting a bit more, higher pay, wanting to get to a bigger club as well. So I think there was a bit of opportunity, a bit of mutual agreement with Vieira, and they just took that opportunity and they went for it. And it aligns with the project, and they've got someone in there that they really is really aligned with that project and can do what exactly they want. So they went for it. So that's how I see that situation.
All right, thank you so much for that. In this particular item here, West Ham hope to sign the former Chelsea midfielder N'Golo Kante from Al Ittihad. Negotiations between the two parties are ongoing, and there is a willingness to get a deal done on both sides. I don't agree. This guy is I don't know the length of his contract with Al Ittihad, and they're paying him a lot of money. They paid him enough that he actually bought the club. Bobby, did you say something? I don't know if Bobby is there. Even if he's there, I can't hear him. For me, I don't believe this news. I don't believe that even if N'Golo Kante wants to come back to Europe, that he'd join West Ham United. I don't believe it. This is absolute horse dung, in my opinion. So we moved on, and here he's saying, Rich Moneymaker is saying, what did the ref say to the chief? Just leave me alone, please. Dante, you've seen the story, I'm quite sure. What do you make of it? I don't see it happening. I don't believe for 1 second that
No,
N'Golo Kante would join
I,
West Ham United.
N'Golo Kante's not going to walk away from 100 million a season. I
Yeah.
don't see that happening. And I don't see Al Ittihad letting him go on loan for a short period of time to get injured and then not being able to play and fulfill his contract due after.
Mhm.
So I don't believe in that one bit. I don't. And first of all, I don't see Kante going to West Ham in the first place. Why would he go to West Ham?
I don't see that happening. Yeah.
Yeah.
So for me, that's absolute horse dung. Um, this is Vince's opinion. Then, and I'm interested. I'm not interested in reading McAllister's again comments there. And this is Pereira's again. That's Vince's analysis of Pereira, the possibility of Pereira joining Chelsea. Vince is saying Pereira is 28. We don't need a replacement for Gallagher after buying Dewsbury Hall. And also, you can get, if you want that sort of energy in the midfield, I think Renato Vega can provide that. He will cost £35 million. He's not a free agent. He doesn't pass our test. Blueco doesn't do that kind of deal. Yep, I agree. And I think Dante would agree. He will be the first to tell you that's not going to happen. This is saying, I understand Joe Edwards is not a candidate for the Strasburg job. I've always known that's the case. And here also, there's that report that we're interested in signing Pereira. I don't see that happening. We've talked about Chelsea's admiration for Victor Oshimhen. How that's not going to happen. Anything else here? This is Enzo Maresca in training. The title these guys are using for this particular image, it's funny. I'm not going to even read it. Chimera is saying Dante is defending this domination abomination. He's not, if you paid attention, but you
I'm not
just, of
defending it,
course, it is
Chimera.
you.
I'm
You
not
want to
defending
accuse
it at
Dante.
all.
Yep,
Yeah.
it's horse dung indeed. But here's what we have: Enzo Maresca here. Enzo Maresca always has his in his hands. No time to waste. Yeah, just being nice with that, but we know what you mean. Anything else here? Wesley Fofana reacting to whatever that's going on. A smirk
Coach,
on his face. I don't care about that.
what, Coach,
Sorry,
one thing's for sure that Maresca will handle this internally very well.
he has to be
He's a
part
no
of the
bullshit type
process.
of
Yeah.
guy, and he's gonna handle
Mhm.
this, I reckon, in a really good manner. And if he sees something's not right, he'll make it right, because you can see Maresca in training. He's a no bullshit type of guy. He's all business, and he's not going to take anything lightly. So he'll sort it all out internally. I'm 100% sure of that.
Yeah, I believe he will. I believe he will. Again, irrespective. I somebody on X, when I made a post saying Maresca now has a lot more to do than to just coach his players, and something say it's not his responsibility to reconcile the players. He's part of it. The club will do what they have to do. And then before the first training session together, Maresca, he has to talk to them and say, put your differences aside. We're here to prepare for games, and if you're not together, it's going to be a huge issue. And the Elye Wahi report is gaining traction here. ESPN reports that Chelsea are interested in signing French forward Elye Wahi from League One side Lens to boost attack, according to L'Equipe. And L'Equipe, for me, he always correct. I don't know whether it's an individual or a group. So that is it for me. I don't know. Constantine Dante, Bobby seems to have an issue with his connection.
Connection, yeah.
We've given him the opportunity to speak on the issues we have lined up, and it's not been able to come through.
Yeah, Bobby's having connection issues. I've had a little bit as well, but it looks like he's expecting him. Look, this Elye Wahi stuff, I don't know. I mean, we could be inquiring, but I don't see him being cheap. I see him being very expensive because he's got a 5-year deal, I think, with them. So I don't see why we would be going for that player if he's got such a big contract and he would cost a fortune at the moment. I don't see Lons why they would let him go unless they're going to sell him for a fortune. And that doesn't make sense to me for us to buy this player for such a big amount. So I don't see it happening. It could be just rumors. Don't forget, we were very closely linked with him, and this could be just people regurgitating some information, some news, just to make some news. I don't know if it's true or not, but I just don't see that we would go for that type of player now and spend so much money for him.
And quickly before we go, something just came to mind that because we've not been we haven't gone live for a while. We just restarted yesterday. The question I wanted to ask you: we've heard before players complaining about Mauricio Pochettino's training approach, and then we heard Moises Caicedo during an interview say at Brighton it was about tactics, and at Chelsea it became about running. And now we're hearing that Chelsea players are happy, they're enjoying training sessions under Enzo Maresca. I want to know your opinion. What do you make of those things put together? What can we learn from it? In my opinion, I think I don't know if it makes sense to go to the extent of saying it just shows that they prefer Maresca over Pochettino and Potter. But I think it's a good sign overall. But let's hear you. What do you think? Again, we should learn from those things that are put together.
Yeah, look, our ex Pochettino was all about running. I think everybody knows that. And he's kind of said that. So it's all running. It's mostly running. It's not as much positional play. It's not as much possession. It's about running and pressing and getting the ball back quickly, which is all running. And I can tell you from being an ex-player, the players, most of them will like Maresca way more than the running game. Most of the players love the more technical game, possession-based game, having the ball and keeping and playing with the ball, making the opposition run, and you keeping the ball and passing it around. Probably 95% of players will love that more than the other 5%. That's just coming from a personal opinion. I've played the game, and I was one of them that liked. I've had both coaches, similar styles, and look, you get some success with the others, but it's very short term. It never lasts. The possession game or technical game that lasts much longer, and players buy into it a bit more. They do love that aspect of the game. Of course, there's still running involved because you're still going to have to be fitness, but it's more about being smart and having the ball, making the opposition run more, and knowing when to release the ball and knowing where to be positioned and where to pass the ball. So he's got a bit of a big job. Our players are very technical, but he's got a bit of a big job to drill into them the positional play, where they need to be staying in a 1 or 2 meter radius. They need to be in those positions at all times, so they can draw the opposition out. So they're running and we're not running. I've watched the training videos. I think most of us have, and he's very high on that. If you can actually see him talking about that and saying possession 4 minutes. They were saying 4 minutes possession, 4 minutes this, from that. Yeah, he was yelling at Noni in the training. Is Noni 2 touches max? I don't want to see you touching more than 2 touches. Noni started dribbling the ball a bit around. He's like, no, you can't do that. I want 2 touches and I want you to release the ball. So he's
3 touches is too much. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he's drilling that into the players at the moment, and the players will love this, and they are very invested in training. I can see they're all very concentrated. If we look at the training a year when our ex took over, it was all very relaxed. Yeah, let's have a barbecue. Let's relax. Let's talk. Let's
Of
laugh.
course, you have to
All the
mention
training
barbecue.
videos I saw last year was all of them laughing and in training and talking and laughing with each other and looking around. If you see these training videos now, you don't see that much hardly at all. It's all serious. They're all into it. They're all connected. They're all like, there's discipline there. He's instilled discipline already, which is very important for a young team. So I think he's going to do an amazing job because he has that discipline. It is a different type of coaching. He's a micromanager, so he will upset some players because he will yell at them and he will be on them if they're not good enough, and he will not play the ones that are not good enough, that are not listening, and that don't have the IQ to do what he wants. He won't play them. You'll see that. So yeah, I have high hopes. I'm very excited. So yeah, that's sort of my take on it.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. And I'm going to say this quickly. I don't think we'll be signing another midfielder, especially one that if we sign, we'll be hoping to come straight into and be a starter at the club. Murillo, for me, that's what club again? Is he the Brazilian, the
Forest,
president?
Nottingham Forest.
Let me start. Oh, Nottingham Forest. You said. I don't know. I can't tell. I can't say for sure how good I think he is. But I don't think we'll be signing any midfielders. In my opinion. I don't think so. Even if Gallagher ends up leaving and Ugochukwu leaves on loan,
Well,
I
coach, we
honestly
signed
do not
Vega,
think.
who can play in the midfield, and he's played in the
Yeah,
midfield quite a lot.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
So we've got
And
another
Terry
defensive
Diamond is saying,
midfielder.
go ahead.
No, just saying Vega, Renato Vega we signed. He's played a left back, he's played a left centre back, and he's played a lot as a defensive midfielder. So he's a versatile player that can cover that defensive midfielder, and he's big, physical, strong, very good in the air, very good on the ball. So yeah, he was a very underrated signing. I think is a good pickup, that one.
Yeah, and that kid, I think Renato Viega, I think he will be excellent for us. So for me, he's an excellent signing. But a lot of people, again, don't rate him because they knew nothing about him until we were linked with a move for him. And this one here, I can Enzo 12 match bound on the card. On the cards, I don't know really. The FA might come into play, but if Enzo will get a ban, I think a lot more people will be punished, not just him. Not just him.
Yeah.
And I know people are saying Enzo is being scapegoated. That's because he was the one that was doing the recording. He was the cameraman. He posted that on his Instagram page. If anything, again, if he's going to face any measure of punishment, others will face some punishment too. I don't know, Dante, anything else you want to say before we call it a day? I appreciate you finding the time to join me
No,
on the panel.
exactly. If he faces punishment, he has to take it because it was a mistake. Obviously, if he meant it or if he didn't mean it, doesn't matter. It's still a mistake and it affected some people. So I don't think it can be such a big ban. That I don't see that happening at all. That's I think over the top. I don't think he's going to get such a big ban. But other than that, nothing else much. We're just paying attention, obviously, all the transfers. It's good to have you back, coach.
Yeah, go ahead.
We missed you, of course. We missed you so much.
Miss you too, bro. I miss you even though I don't like you. But
So it's good to have you back, and it's good to hear you back on again, so we can dive into some of these issues again.
Yep, I miss. If anything, I miss your troubles. Not that I like you, but I'm gonna share this quickly so you guys can go watch it. The 3 reasons why Matt Gay will do well at Chelsea. Let me share it. So please watch, leave a comment to help me garner more views on that particular video. So get shareable link. I'm gonna go back here. There you go. The link. Please watch, like, and share. Let me type this. Watch, like, and share. There you go. You have it there. I appreciate you all. Please take it's just a few seconds. I think 33 seconds. If you haven't, whether you're on the panel or not, please, if you can watch it to help me, help us remind the Google algorithm that we're back again, releasing videos and also streaming live. I want to say thank you to Constantine. As usual, I appreciate you. And my bro, the Blue If again, if you're watching, just know that I love you, all of you. Bobby, thank you for joining. You seem to have a connection issue. And here's the link. Please go watch this YouTube short video. Drop a like on it and also share and comment. Thank you, Terry Diamonds. I appreciate you. Thank you, Richard Money Makers. Thank you, Chimera. Much love to you, all of you in the chat. Bobby Fairview. Thank you, GFC Gavin. I appreciate you. Jerry was here. With that, we've come to the natural end of the show. And I want to say thank you to all of you for finding the time to join the show. And the queen of the house, Chioma, thank you for finding the time to join us. See you guys next time. God bless us all and cheers.
In my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. And I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. I've been driving this train, years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. And I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes,